Alright, this is Ranting and Driving, Brian with you. I've got a bit of a problem with this whole Hillary Clinton thing. Now, I already knew she was going to get off scot-free. I mean, how in the hell are they just going to say, oh yeah, she's guilty, let's go and just find another Democratic nominee? I know we were all hoping and dreaming, but you honestly think that their nominee, the person that owns you, pulls the strings, has essentially made Hillary Clinton who she is all these years? You think they don't want her, their first fucking choice, to get in there? And they're not going to do everything they can in order to make sure that it's going to happen? It doesn't matter if she even gets the popular vote. That's been proven. Okay? You can even see tomfoolery and shenanigans going on with the voting. If they are able to get their candidate past the primaries, then you pretty much are good to go. It's a rarity that they don't have both candidates taken care of in the primaries. This, you actually have three choices for real. You've got a third party in there that is going to be in every ballot. They are mathematically plausible to win. But that's not going to happen because Hillary Clinton is going to win. It doesn't matter who you vote for, Hillary Clinton is going to win. So what we've got to do is express our discontent from here up into that election in order to sway people to not believe the shenanigans that's going on. There's still a lot of people that tune in to, you know, Fox News and CNN, and as subtle as it is or as blatant as it is, they will on a daily basis feed you information that they want you to think. It's not necessarily even factual evidence, or it's not even factual, there's no evidence to it. And they don't need to legally. The news is not legally obliged to tell you the truth because they are considered entertainment. They are under the statutes of entertainment. So they can tell you as much bullshit as any regular sitcom. Believe it or not, look that shit up. It's the truth. So the majority of Americans, we'll say at least 60%, are still asleep and watching this crap, okay? They believe what they're seeing. So much like, you know, starting your tip jar when you are working at a restaurant, you know, you want your clear cup jar up there and you don't want any change in there because then it'll entice people to toss change in there. You want to throw a couple, you know, dollar bills in there, a 5, a 10. That's what you want sitting in there in order for people when they're cashing out, they're looking at the tip jar, seeing a 10 and a 5, it'll entice them to put more in there. So that's what they're doing on the news for Hillary Clinton. They're enticing the public into believing that she is a popular candidate. She's somebody that is worth voting for. Somebody that is, let's say, qualified for the job. By qualified, they mean how many experiences in government that she's had. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I'm under the impression this whole fucking system is not worth a damn. So anybody that has been in the system and been in the system for long periods of time has essentially contributed to the horse shit that we have right now. So I'd like to think that that's the opposite of what we need. We don't need somebody that has been in there fucking up the system and being one of the good old boys all this time, all these years being bought and paid for, being whipped into shape, being made to be a great little tool, an instrument of the Zionist Rothschild banking cartels. That's exactly what they are. So what we have to do is convince those 60% that are still asleep that no one in America in their right mind will vote for Hillary Clinton. what that's going to do is we'll see, like Donald Trump, for instance. Let's use him as an example. All over the news, you're hearing about stuff of where they're rioting and causing all kinds of havoc at the Trump rallies and this, that, and the other. But the thing is, you'll hear the same thing at the Hillary Clinton rallies. The thing is, they don't put that on the news because they want you to love Hillary Clinton and trust her and be against Donald Trump. Now, I'm not saying Donald Trump is somebody that I am going to vote for. He's not Hillary Clinton. If I didn't have Gary Johnson to vote for, I probably would vote for Donald Trump. But I'm not a big fan of his. The best thing about him that he has going for him is he's not fucking Hillary Clinton. I don't give a shit who you put in there that is a douchebag. It's not Hillary Clinton. So, I mean, I'd even vote for fucking Jeb Bush over Hillary Clinton, and that says a goddamn lot. Jeb Bush is like the last fucking person that I'd want as president. But he's not Hillary Clinton, and I think he would probably be better off than Hillary Clinton for, you know, us anyways. The thing is, there's a lot of turmoil going on in the world today. And the best candidate for the job is Hillary Clinton. I mean, she is going to go in there and run the rest of this country into the ground. We're going to be in World War III, and, well, Donald Trump would probably do the same thing. So I've already been mentally prepared in order to accept this outcome. World War III is going to come about, you know, in the first term of the next presidency. Whether it's Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, we all know Gary Johnson is not likely to win. So that really would be the only hope. But I'm even starting to see stuff, you know, from him that seems like it would be inevitable for us to go to war with all the rest of the world. Because we are the military police. Now, you have a situation going on in Europe right now where the EU is more or less breaking apart. And you have all kinds of fucking refugees going in there from us destabilizing the Middle East. So, of course, all these refugees want to go somewhere where they're not going to be bombed the shit out of, and or have, you know, rebel Syrians that we gave bombs and guns to bomb the shit out of them. They need to get the hell out of Dodge. So they go where they can go. Europe, in some of those countries they accept them, especially Germany, because you want Germany to fucking be at a weak standpoint. That's why we still have military there. We have to take care of Germany's military. Now, Germany makes all the money in the EU. They're the ones that have all the rest of the EU propped up. So you have all these other countries essentially sucking the life out of Germany. Now you're inviting all of these refugees in there to essentially do the same thing, just like they've done here in this country. You've got more or less, you know, bleeding heart liberals that want to let everybody in to the country that doesn't have a home, and, you know, some good come in, some bad come in. That's the way it works out. That's the way it's worked out in this country for a long time. But we have a system set in play in order to take care of those people. It's called the criminal justice system. Now, by no means is that shit perfect, but it's really good at putting minorities in jail. So, you know, these people that come over to our country, they're generally minorities, correct? So, what is the issue? Not only is that profitable for all of our, you know, what's the best term to call it? Prison cartels? Because all of them are private. You know, you rarely have a state-run prison system anymore. It's all private. So you actually have people making money off of prisoners. I wouldn't even be surprised if somewhere down the road, if it's not happening right now, there's a stock market on the prison system. You know, like there are stocks on San Quentin, and I'm gonna bet on San Quentin getting more prisoners this year. So of course I'm gonna have my stock rise. I bet there's some shit like that. And in a free country, are you kidding me? It's fucking horseshit. You see how this is all designed in order to work. You know, you want some criminal element coming into this country from Mexico, because what that does is it scares the shit out of the hard-working middle class, and it keeps them demanding, you know, that their freedoms be taken away. Please take my guns away so I can be protected from all of these criminals that are coming in through Mexico. All the while, honestly, you know, we're the motherfuckers that are giving them the guns across the border. Can I say Fast and Furious scandal? I mean, all this stuff that Hillary Clinton is being accused of, we'll say, has to do with giving the Syrian rebels guns. Alright, you know that those Syrian rebels are now ISIS, the guys that we supposedly are fighting, we are most afraid of. It's shenanigans and tomfoolery, folks. I would very much like for the other 60% that is all the way asleep to go ahead and start seeing that. That's the only way out of this. That's the only way to keep this shit from happening. If World War II wouldn't have happened for America if the American people didn't have Pearl Harbor happen. We had to have something attack us to get our dicks hard and say, we're pissed off. We ain't gonna take that shit. They just fucked with us. We're gonna show them. That's what it takes for Americans to go to war. It happened in 9/11. They needed a trigger mechanism. That's generally what happens for the majority of populations, free critical thinking populations generally just don't go off to war because the Archduke Franz Ferdinand fucking got assassinated. Who gives a fuck about that guy? The whole populace doesn't. So that's